Hi everybody, Marissa here with Adobe Photoshop for Beginners lesson number 13, and today we're going to talk about shapes. But first let's go to Window, Workspace, Essentials, and once again Window, Workspace, and Reset Essentials, and we should be on the same interface. I'm just going to click on my Move tool to start off with, go to File, New, because we were going to open up a new document. I'm going to choose the A4, the same size as you would use paper for your printer, and it's going to be on 300 ppi. And if you do not know it in inches, let's just go to inches and you can see the size, and I'm going to do create. In order for me to get my shape tool, I'm going to click U on the keyboard and it should take me down there. Now it can be either one of these shapes. It depends what you were using last. But let's just start off with the first one, the rectangular tool, and start understanding more about what a shape is. Now I'm going to left click and drag and I can get my rectangular. But if I would like to have a square, all I need to do is click Shift on the keyboard and keep my finger down on Shift, and I should get a square. And then I can release. The reason I'm getting this black is because that's what I originally started off with right over here. In order for me to change that, all I need to do is go into Fill, click on that. I can choose any one of these colors that I have, or go into any one of these. I'm just going to give you an example. Go into there and I can choose any one I want. Or I can go up to the corner here and choose the actual color that I want to use. So I'm just going to go, let's just say for that for now. Now let's go to the stroke. A stroke is something that we have around. I don't know. You can see the stroke over here. It's only 4 pixels at the moment. So let's enlarge that, make it more pixels so we can actually see what we're doing. And I'm just going to go up to, let's do 30 pixels. So we've got the full and we've got the stroke. Now if I don't want to have anything in here, all I need to do is to go up to the fill and click on this rectangular where it has a red line, and that will take away the fill. I can do the same, I'm just going to click on that. I can do the same with the stroke. So if I don't want a stroke, all I need to do is go over here, I can click and I won't have a stroke anymore. But I do want to have a stroke, and I do want to have the fill for the moment. Okay, so let's carry on. You can go into, let me just show you the size. We can go into the width and the height and actually do whatever we want. So let's just put in 700 for now and 700 here for now because we wanted a square. So these little dots on the side, on each corner over here, if you just click on them, left click on them, you can, and drag, you're going to actually get this round corner, and that's fantastic to do. So yep, you can just change it any size you want. Now let's just go back to the stroke, and I want to show you there are 3 kinds here. You have the dash and then you have the dots. So let's just go to the dash for a second and I'll show you what they do. Now if this is a dash, for instance, let me just get back there and go to more options. You can have the butt, and I'll show you what that means, or you can have the square. Now the butt means that from here to here it is exact, but the square means that you're going to get it a bit larger because the actual line is from here to here and it's going beyond that. And then you've also got the round, so you choose any one. Now dash 4 means this is 4 and it's got a gap of 2, and then it's got a 4 and a gap of 2, and so on. If I went back to my butt, you can see that it's even, the dash is actually more here. But just because this goes further than what it is, it's larger. But you can go into dash and do 3, and then you can do another 4, and you can actually change what you want, how you want your dashes and your gaps to be. I'm just going to leave it as 4 and 2 for the meantime. And the dots work pretty much the same. A dot means there is nothing there. It's a dash. There's no dash. If I were to put 1 in, notice it makes it bigger. Once again, I can change any one of these if I wish. and I can add on dashes and gaps as well. I'm just going to go back to the stroke. Let's go to another shape. So I'm just going to go and take the triangle, and I'm going to create a triangle, and notice that it's giving me the identical colors and rounds that I had before when I was doing my square. What it did do, it opened up a new layer, and let's just go and change this triangle a bit. So all I need to do is take it. I can take the move tool and just move it around wherever I want, or I can go, as you know, to my align and align it wherever I want. So while being on the shape tool, I can go in and I can start changing. So instead of changing, I would like to show you what else I have over here. Let's just go into the gradient, and the first gradient it gives me is a black and white one, from black to white or from white to black, as you wish. But there are so many gradients here that I can change and pick from. Notice that I've got all of these, so you can go in and start just playing around. I'm just going to take the basic one. Well, no, don't want black. Let's go to the blues. I'm just going to go and pick a blue one. Let's just pick this one over here. And this will show me how the gradient is created. So it goes from a greenish color to a blue, and then another greenish color, and that's how it's created. And I will show you in another video how to create your own gradients. But I just want to show you what else it does. And at the moment it's a line. It goes from here to here to here. But if I change it, I can go to a radial, which means it's got a dot in the middle, and it can be made bigger or smaller. For instance, if I go to a different scale, at the moment I'm 100%, I can go larger or smaller, and you can actually see what it's doing. I'm just going to go back to 100. That's the default for now. And then I can go to the angle, and I can go to the reflected, and I'm just going to go through all of them and just show you, and the diamond. So really pick whatever you want and play around with it. You can go to anything you want and get whatever you actually would like to have. And it's endless. It's endless, especially if you're also creating your own. So let's carry on with the next one. The next one will be a pattern. So if I click on here, I'm actually getting a pattern. Now once again, I have many patterns that I can just put in here. And you can also create your own patterns, and hopefully I will show you how to do that today. So once you've got your pattern that you want, that's fine, and let's carry on. So the next shape I'd like to show you is the polygon. Now you can go through the other ones. They're very simple and very similar. But let's just go to the polygon tool and click and drag. At the moment it's giving me 5. I'm going to do shift just to get the accuracy of it. It's giving me 5, and notice once again it gives me what I had done the last time, or what I did here on this triangle. So I can go in there and actually change and do whatever I want. I'm just going to give it a color. So I'm going to go to solid color. This is solid color right over here, and let's just give it a red. And I'm just taking it, I'm going to put it in the middle, and I can change my polygon, and I'll show you where I can do that. So this is a 5-sided polygon. I can go to, let's just say 7, and do that. I think this is going to be on the same layer. Yes. Oh no, it gave me a new layer. Great. So that's 7, and I can carry on doing even 12 if I want. And so on. And it is giving me polygon 1, polygon 2, polygon 3. I didn't even go and change the names over here. And once again, you can go in and change and do whatever you want. I'm just going to hide all of these eyes and open up a new layer, because now we're going to go to the shape that is called the custom shape. And the custom shape means that it's shapes that you've actually I think the first three you've got, I'm not sure, you can check it out. But if you want to get more shapes and create your own shape, let me show you how you do that. But before, let's just go into leaf and tree. I think you've got those, and just open up one. All you need to do is click. I'm clicking on shift and drag. Now I can also go and not click on shift. I'm just going to move this over here. I can also go and not click on shift, and it might be distorted, but I can actually do what I want, so there's no problem there. So if I go into that same tree and click again, I can make it like this if I wish. Now I'd like to show you how you can go and get your own shapes and put them into Photoshop. So let's just go into Google, and I'll just put this down, and let's go and get some shapes. So all I'm going to do is write down free shapes for Photoshop, and I love this one right over here. I think they're very, very good, and they have lots of things. They also have different brushes and different patterns, and lots of them are free. So I think we're just going to go and pick 230 plus arrow shapes. Let's just go and do that. I'm going to double click on that, and as you notice, it says a free download, so I'm just going to click on that. It's going to ask me for my address or whatever. I'm just closing that and clicking on again, and it should download within a few seconds. And notice that I've got it here. It's in a zip, which we're going to undo and put into our Photoshop and have all those arrows for us. What I need to do is go to my download file, and I will find it right over here. I am going to put it into shapes. I've got an actual file for shapes, so I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to unzip it. And to unzip, I just right click and go to extract all, or zip and then extract here, because I'd like it to be here. And here I have it right over here. So how do I put that into Photoshop? I'm going to go back to my Photoshop. I'm going to go to shapes, open them up, and notice this little icon here on the side. I'm going to click on that and import shapes. Now I have to go down to the desktop into my shapes, and then I can go into arrows, and all I need to do is just click on that and load it. And normally it's the one that loads at the bottom. So let's check out here. Those are all the new shapes that I've got, and in order for me to use them, all I need to do is click on one, come here, and there I have it. So that's how you download the shapes that you want. So all I've done is open up a new document, and I am going to go and create a shape. So you do have a photo of a teapot in the work files. Just open that, or open up any shape, any photo that you want to turn into a shape. And all I really need to do is select this. So I'm going to try do the object select tool. I'm just going to click and drag and see how well I do with that. Not bad. I've only got this to fix up. So I'm going to go to my quick selection tool and click on Alt, because I want to take this away. I did too much. I'm going to go back. And I also would like to do it over here, so Alt and do it over there. And that looks okay. Maybe this little part over here I should change, and that. So let's just go into more detail, although we don't really have to do that, but it's always nicer to make it nicer. So just click on that. Oops. And that. Okay, and then I saw I had there's some over here, but I'm not going to touch that, and maybe just this over here. Too much. I have to reduce the size of my brush in order to do it, and then just click on it over there. So once I've done that, all I need to do is go to Path, go to the little lines over here on the side, click on that, do make work path. Tolerance is 0.5, that's what you have to have, you have no choice. It has given me a path. I'm going to double click on work path and give it path 1. I'm going to go back here and do fill path. And just do the foreground. The foreground at the moment is black. That's perfectly alright for me. And that's what I've done. And here I have my shape. Now in order for me to actually create the shape, all I need to do is go to Edit and Define Custom Shape. Now notice that I've got Define Brush Present, and we're going to do that. And I've got Define Pattern, and we're going to do that as well. But for now, we're going to do Define Custom Shape. And let's just call this teapot. And I'm going to do OK. I'm just going to close this off and not save it, and go to my my new file that I opened, and go down to the custom shape tool. I'm going to go to the last one right at the bottom, because it should be there. It's always the last one that you put in will be at the bottom. And here I have my teapot. Now I can do shift and will be in the same proportion as I created it. And there we have it. And then you can just play around with it, you know, give it color and do whatever we've been learning until now. So the next thing I'd like to show you is how to create a pattern. Once upon a time it was much harder to create patterns, but they've got this new feature in 2021, and I really would like to share it with you. So let's just go in and open up a new file, and the size I would like to create is 400 pixels by 400 pixels, and make sure that the resolution is 300 ppi, and just do create. Now I would like to go and choose a brush, because I'm going to create everything with brushes that have leaves. And let's just go and open up Window and Brush Settings. And we'll have also our brushes over here, and also all the brush settings, so we can actually move things around, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to choose my first brush, and this brush is like over 2431 pixels, but you know that our canvas is only 400 by 400, so I'm going to reduce that in order to even see it. And I'd like to turn it around a bit, so I can go here and just turn, and notice that I'm getting the brush like this. Let's just go and click on a color. I'm going to go for some kind of green, maybe something like that, and do OK. And the opacity, I'm going to have 100% of opacity here. The flow must also be 100, and everything else seems to be okay. And then I'm just going to click, and I have my first leaf. Now in the past, if I wanted to create a pattern, and let's just say I took another leaf, say this one right over here, just going to reduce the size, and say I just wanted to put this over here, let's just turn it a bit. By the way, this also squishes it. It's quite amazing, this. I went too far. No. Oh, probably that's good. No, not good either. So, okay, let's just say that's fine. And, well, it's not really. Say that's fine. A bit more. Okay, so let's just say I wanted to put this leaf right over here. I'm just going to do it. I had to actually put the bottom part over here, and then the sides over here, so I could get that actual pattern. I'm just going to Control Z this. So now, instead of trying to figure that out, the computer does it for us, the program does it for us. And you'll find the feature under View and Pattern Preview, and this actually shows you the actual pattern before you even do it. So let's just go in and collect another color, pick another color for the next leaf, and just go and click it over here. I'm just going to carry on adding on leaves, some of them darker, some of them lighter. I'm going to go into this one right over here. Are there more? No. I'm going to go into this one, and it's also very, very big. And I'll move it around a bit, maybe squish it a bit, and then move it around. Maybe not squish it, just move it around. Okay, say to here. Can make it even bigger and let it go out a bit. That might be interesting. Yeah. Okay, that could be interesting. Let's see how this works if I put it over here. I'm just going to change the color so it will have a different color and go down probably to an orange. And I would like to make it much lighter, which means that I'm going to reduce, I'm just going to do okay, reduce the actual opacity. So I'm going to go down to say 30% and just click over here. And then I'm going to take one more leaf, we'll do one more. I'm going to take this one, say, and I have it over here, which is perfect, I think. And let's just get a different color, and maybe greener, but somewhere around here, and just click on that. And now I'd like to create a background, so I think maybe I'd have another one of these, make it a bit smaller, or maybe even bigger. Yeah, let's make it bigger, not too big, and change the color and change the way it looks. So I'm going to change this around a bit. Somewhere around there, maybe somewhere around there. Okay, and I'm going to change the color again, go to yellowish, say that, and maybe give a little bit more, something like that. Okay, and now I would like to give a background. So all I need to do is click on my layer, and I'm dragging it underneath layer 1 because I'd like to have all these on top, and I'm going to go and create a color for it, probably something like that, and just do OK. And I need to fill this with color, so I can go to my bucket and just click over here, and there I have it. Now I'm going to go and put these two together. So all I need to do is, I've got the second layer selected, I have to go Shift, click on the first layer, go to these little lines over here and do Merge Layers, or Control E. And now let's just define this pattern. So I'm going to go to Edit, Define Pattern, write down winter, or leaves, or whatever, you can name it whatever you want, do OK, and let's just go and see how the pattern looks. So I'm going to go and open up a new file, Control N or Command N, or File Open New, or File New, and let's just do 4000 by 4000, that's perfect, and Edit Fill, and this time I'm going to fill it with a pattern, and I'm going to go to my last pattern because that's probably the last one that I've created, and this is what it looks like. And now you can just carry on playing with it. I'll show you other patterns that I have created just a moment before, and let's just do another one and fill, and let's just go to that, and you have all kinds of patterns. You can do any color, any pattern, and that's quite amazing. Now if you've been watching this video throughout the whole thing, you know that we downloaded shapes from that actual website. You can also go and download patterns, and they have so many, so please use it. They are fantastic, and there are many that are free. I just want to say thank you for joining me. I enjoyed this lesson, and please give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And I hope to see you in my next video. My next video is going to be about brushes. So until then, have a great day, and bye for now.